Alrighty. Alright, and we are live. Hey, let's see if I can get anybody in the chat. Should be able to get at least a few, right? Alrighty. Let's see what everybody's talking about today. Hey, what is up, guys? John from Magic Tech Review, and I have a nice co-host here today. The one, the only, the beloved, the master of disaster, CV Tech.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Hey, alright, I'm gonna hit the intro real quick, and then I'm gonna... So, give me 1 second here. Alrighty. Oh my god, the camera is so blurry. So let me fix that real quick. But so CV Tech, yeah, we're gonna be talking about MetroPCS versus Boost Mobile versus Cricket Wireless. You know, our favorite my favorite three companies. But what has been your experience with the three companies thus far? That you can tell that your fans out there.
Well, with Cricket, the experience never really changed a whole lot. They really could never fix my reception issue and my coverage issue. Like I may mention, you know, I tried 5 different manufacturers. Everyone said it could just be the phone, but when you try out 5 different manufacturers and they all do the same thing, pretty much, you know that there's something wrong with the service. As far as Boost Mobile goes, I've been with them for over 2 years now, and the only issue that I've had with them is they refuse to increase the coverage in my area, so I get very poor data service, but get pretty reasonable voice coverage. And Metro I just got, so I haven't really tested them out yet.
So, and would you say you kind of live in the boonies or what?
Yeah, I live back in the boonies, man. I live back in the sticks, and you know, Verizon gets out really good. AT&T actually gets out really good. But for some reason, Cricket just wouldn't get out. Like in my past video that I made, where I compared Freedom Pop, which was a GSM SIM card in the AT&T phone, working on AT&T, would work right beside the Cricket phone. But the Cricket phone would not work. LTE would work, and I would pull good download speeds, but it would make a phone call. I made a phone call from the AT&T phone to Cricket phone. It went straight to voicemail. So it was something wrong there. I had all the APNs correct. Everything was set up right, and it just would never work. And even when I was out in town with full service, it took like 30 seconds for a phone call to connect. And no matter how many times I called Cricket, they just would not do. I only had one person out of a dozen that even tried to help me, and they couldn't even get the problem fixed, but they tried their best to help me out, but they still couldn't figure out what was going on. So I'm not really sure what the problem was there.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, obviously I've had great service with Cricket Wireless. That's why I've always pumped their service ever since I've had them. Even they fired me, and I still talk highly about them. You know what I'm saying? I've really, really loved their service. I've had Boost Mobile. You know, I've had MetroPCS as well in the past. I've always found, for some reason, MetroPCS, man, they have the greatest like data speeds, highest data speeds, but damn, that the coverage is like really gappy, and as far as signal coverage goes and text coverage goes. So, and in the chat, who's a fan of CV Tech? Who's a fan of CV Tech? Who watches his videos? Let me know. Who's a fan of CV Tech? Type of 5. But yeah.
Yeah, type that 5. But yeah, I had Cricket before Boost Mobile, and I'm gonna tell you, it was great. I loved Cricket. But I've been with Boost Mobile on and off since 2005. And, so I went right back to Boost Mobile after Cricket. But Cricket was amazing. But for some reason, they just started dropping off. And especially here. So, Boost Mobile's always treated me right. They've always gave me good deals. Customer service is kind of borderline sometimes, but overall, they've always helped me. They gave me good deals. They have always really done their best to try to help me out, and they have. That's why I'm still with Boost Mobile currently until I find a carrier that's going to, pull me away from Boost Mobile. That's why I've been trying Simple Mobile, MetroPCS, Cricket, Verizon, all these carriers, and the only reason why I'm not switching to Verizon is because Verizon wants to money you to death, and I can't afford their plans really for what they want. So when you're on a strict budget, you can only stick with a budget. So that's why Verizon was the best in my area, best LTE, best reception, and everything else. But I'll be doggone if I want to pay $80 a month plus tax for unlimited data with Verizon.
Yeah, that's always been a thing, man. I've always looked at Verizon and said, that's like a pretty cool, not cool company, but they have. I love their service and their coverage and all that other stuff, but that money, man, it's just like they know they have it. You know what I'm saying? They know they have the best coverage or whatever, and they are not afraid to charge you a lot because of it. So let me TJ, what's up? Shea Kennedy, Todd Manueli, and Ed Perez, all I'm saying fives that are CV Tech fans. Robert Hughes as well as a CV Tech fan. That's what's up.
Awesome. Thanks for the support, y'all.
Yeah, if you have not subscribed to CV Tech, damn it, you better go do it now, because he's definitely a magic. He's definitely an MTR ninja in my book. So what's some of your latest videos, man? Let's talk about maybe some of your latest videos before we keep bashing on these companies.
Let me look here and see. I'm trying to think of some of my very last video. I'm fixing to release a video that I didn't get a chance to get released yet. I made it like a week ago, but my last video was the Boost Mobile Moto E4 unboxing, and then the Coolpad Canvas phone spotlight number 1, and then the Motorola E4 on Verizon I actually unboxed. And then so it's been kind of slow here lately. There's times where I will pump out a video every day or every other day. Here lately it's been kind of slowed down a little bit, but that's because just a little bit of a break, but so far, some videos coming up soon. It's going to be my final thoughts on Cricket. It's going to be my first thoughts on Metro and stuff like that. So, and some more phone spotlights. It's going to be coming up soon as well. But here lately, it's been mainly just a few unboxings.
Okay. So you have the Coolpad Canvas as well as I do. I guess we could talk a little bit about our experiences. Little John right now is literally playing on his Coolpad Canvas in the back bedroom, but. So we can kind of talk about both of our experiences on about the Coolpad Canvas if you want. So
okay, that sounds good.
All right? Let's see what's one thing you love about it and one thing you don't like about it. We're not gonna say hate, right?
Well, one thing that I don't like about it is how they kind of fake you out on the front with the little drill holes in the front for like like front facing speakers. That's kind of cosmetic. That's not really a big deal. But as far as the way my phone operates is my phone gets sluggish. I'm not really sure why it's getting sluggish. It could be my fault. I could have an app on there that's maybe slowing it down. But as far as
get rid of the Pornhub
the main thing that I dislike, Do what?
The Pornhub app, man, it's slowing it down, bro. Hello? Uh-oh, did I lose you?
I'm here.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I said the Pornhub app. You got to get rid of the Pornhub app. That's what's slowing it down.
Oh, no, nothing like that. But I would say the one thing that I dislike the most is how long it takes to charge the battery once it dies. And one thing that I like about it is I think the cameras are awesome for the price.
Yeah.
There's more than one thing that I like about it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I have to agree with you wholeheartedly about the cameras. For the $40 price point, I don't know if it's still $40. It might have gone up just a little bit and whatnot, but I think for
it's
the price,
$50 now. It's $50 now.
Okay, so I think for the price, even $50 is a good price. What is this? This is Richard Tech and Games. This is me and CV Tech, man. We're just having a little chit chat. So yeah, it's actually kind of a little deceiving on the back speaker as well, because the back speaker shows that it goes across the whole back. But if you actually look at it, the speaker's right smack in the middle. So kind of weird.
Yeah.
How they did that. It's kind of like they're trying to push like different features that's not really there, but they didn't really need to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird. But I mean, I guess they're just trying to look cutting edge. Or, I don't know what they're trying to do.
I mean, if you look at the design of the Coolpad Canvas, it looks almost identical to the ZTE Warp 7 on Boost. I've seen several Coolpads that mimic ZTE phones. The Coolpad Catalyst looks just like the ZTE Prestige on Boost Mobile. So there's a lot of there's several Coolpad phones that look a lot like ZTE phones. So whenever you look,
it's not a bad thing, right?
No, it's not. I mean, it's not bad at all. I mean, and for $50 price tag on the Coolpad Canvas, you got to not. I mean, what surprised me for that price of a release? Now that was the release price, $50. That's what I paid for when I bought it brand new. And when it first came out, and I mean, to see it had a 720p display, with 2 gigabytes of RAM, a 1.4 Snapdragon 425, and 16 gigabytes of ROM, I was really surprised. What you get for the price. If that was a Samsung, you'd pay double that or more.
Yeah, true. All right, so let's get back, I guess, to the point of the whole Metro Boost and Cricket Wireless. I guess if you had to do a 1, 2, and 3, like best, whatever, 1, 2, and 3, if you had to. Like if somebody put a gun to your head and say, all right, what's your, first, second, or third best carrier? Just so everybody knows, but it's yours. Your opinion.
My opinion, I gotta say Boost Mobile. That's just my personal opinion. MetroPCS, I've only had them since Sunday, so 2 days. I've not had a chance to really try them out, so I can't really comment right now on MetroPCS because still in my immediate area, I have no service. That's a bummer, but I do have Wi-Fi calling. So I guess for right now, I would say Boost Mobile, Cricket, and MetroPCS.
Interesting.
Until I actually use Metro.
Very interesting, sir. I don't know.
And the reason why I say Boost Mobile.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say Boost Mobile is because, yes, now I want to get this here out. I know that I get a lot of comments saying Sprint sucks, Boost Mobile sucks. But, it all depends on the area you live in. I mean, if you live out western part of the country, you're going to have terrible experience with Sprint in general. In this part of the country, in the eastern part of the country, Boost Sprint gets out pretty good in a lot of places. And, I mean, I can get speed tests upwards near 100 megabits per second download speeds, and but I can drive a mile and drop down to 30. But I'm able to stream without any issues. I'm able to do whatever I want to do and really not have any kind of slowdowns. And if you look at the reports, right now Sprint and T-Mobile are actually outperforming Verizon and AT&T on speeds, on LTE speed tests, because of the congestion more on Verizon and AT&T as compared to Sprint and T-Mobile. So I kind of see that as kind of a bonus in a way, because I know people that live in different states who has Sprint, they're pushing 120, 130 down. So that's pretty impressive. And if they would just actually add more towers in more parts of the country, they would be better than what they are right now. But it's a money thing. So
true. And how do you see the industry going? Like, I don't know, for as far as the sales, because I've been a sales rep at all three companies. How do you see the industry going? Because how they got all these free phones, free this, free that. If you switch. Do you really think they can sustain just giving away free phones all the time to people? Or you think it's going to go away?
I don't really think that they're paying.
Go ahead.
Well, I really don't think that they're paying much for phones anyway. I believe whenever these, like whenever Verizon or Metro or Verizon or Sprint, whatever, I believe they're getting the phone. I mean, I'm not really sure. I can't say for sure, but I believe they're getting the phones for bare minimum price. I don't really know that. I can't say that for sure. If anybody knows, leave it in the comments or whatever, or chat. But as far as prepaid goes, actually, I just forgot the question. So would you mind repeating that again?
Okay, so basically, back a couple of years ago, we didn't have all this free phone this, and if you switch, you get a free that. Now customers walk in and they're just like, oh, well, I'm switching over to you guys. What are you going to give me for free? And then let me get a free case, and let me get free this and free that. How much longer do you think that can last with that?
I really haven't gave that much thought. I mean, it's just like when I went and ported over my Cricket phone or my Cricket number to Metro. I walked in there, I ported over my number. I got the Motorola Moto E4 for free, and all I paid was my minimum payment, and that was it. I was out the door in less than 5 minutes.
And how much did you actually pay for that?
I paid $30 even. I paid no sales tax. I paid nothing. I paid $30 out the door because I got the bare minimum plan. I wasn't going to buy an expensive plan when I wasn't really sure about the service.
Okay.
And it's a service and if the service flops, get the Moto E4 unlocked and go somewhere else. It's GSM.
That's the thing.
It can be unlocked.
That's the thing. So now, let's say you only stay for that $30 for that month, right? So that means MetroPCS and Motorola, they both have to basically have manufactured that Moto E for $30, or that's all they get. So they're not going to be making their money back. There's no way they can be making their money back on that. So
yeah, but. Yeah, I mean, well, like the Moto E4 right now at Metro is $50 if you are a new customer or if you upgrade. If you port over, it's free, and they got like 5 or 6 free phones right now if you port over with Metro. Now I'm not really sure about Cricket. I'm not even sure about Boost because I don't really. Because the online used to tell what the in-store port-in promotions used to be, but now they took that off the website, so I can't see that anymore. But and so you have to actually go into a Metro or a Boost store to find out, because MetroPCS won't even tell you over the phone what a phone costs. Report in. I've called before and said, hey, I'm driving this far to your store. I want to know if you got this phone in stock, how much it's going to cost me if I port over. And they say, we can't tell you nothing. I'm like, fine, okay.
Okay.
But yeah, like what you're taking games to the Moto E4 wholesale is extremely cheap, cheap phone. Yeah, it's inexpensive to make. So, I mean, I'm still saying, like, they're still making a profit. But
$30?
how
You
much
really
of a
think
profit? I really don't know.
Moto E, Motorola, and Metro? I mean, because Metro, yeah, I mean, they gotta pay the workers. They gotta, I mean, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of things to go down at for $30. I don't think they can make a profit off of just $30. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah, I agree with what I agree here with what Richard said. Boost will tell you over the phone exactly when you call Boost Mobile and you say, "I want to know what this phone is going to cost me in a port in." They'll tell you flat out. MetroPCS will not do it. They will if you say I'm driving 50 miles to your store, they won't tell you what kind of deals they have. You have to go into the store before they'll tell you anything.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
And I mean, yeah, it's messed up. And I mean, Cricket will tell you over the phone what they have. Because I've called Cricket, they have told me over the phone what they have in port in process. I've called Boost, they've told me. But Metro won't tell you squat. I mean, they won't tell you nothing.
All right. Well, I want to kind of keep this one a little shorter because I want people to actually watch this on a replay instead of seeing an hour video long. But
that's cool.
So, and plus I have we haven't had any issues, so I want to go ahead and end it here basically. So any final thoughts? Anything that you want to just? Oh damn! Now we got 19 people watching. What? That's crazy. I was gonna end it because it wasn't that many people kind of engaging with us, but now it's 19 people watching. So weird. So.
But yeah, I mean, I don't. But yeah, I mean, that's just pretty much my thoughts. I mean, I believe. Well, I don't know what I believe. I just know. I just know that I've been with Boost Mobile for 2 years, a little bit over, and they've always really done good. I mean, which I live in an area where I can use any 4 carriers and not have a problem. It's just where I live at, specifically back in the sticks. It's hard for Sprint or it's hard for T-Mobile to actually be able to reach my area, whereas Verizon and AT&T have no problem. So that's my biggest gripe. I mean, if I lived a mile or 2 down the road, I could use any carrier I felt like, and I would get the same experience if I had the big red Verizon or if I had number 4 seed Sprint. It'd be the same quality. But it's just all in a matter. It's just all in a matter of where you live. That's what I tell everybody. They're like, whenever anybody asks me what carrier should I go with, Metro or Boost, and I'm like, well, just check your coverage maps because I can't tell you that. I can't tell you which carrier to go with.
True. Coverage maps lie, so they're not telling the whole truth either. So.
Exactly, and I believe the carrier with the worst coverage map is T-Mobile. T-Mobile shows coverage everywhere, but we all know that's not the truth.
Oh yeah, they say 99% of Americans covered, which
and when you look at the map, when you look at one state in a map, and it shows the whole state almost covered. But once you zoom in and you see the dark pinks to the medium pinks to the light pinks, those light shade of pinks are very poor coverage areas. So even though the whole map does show coverage, it's hit or miss, very badly hit or miss.
It's like a little. It's like they gave little kindergartners some pink and purple crayons and said, "Here, you just color it in, just however, just." Fuck the lines.
I mean, my personal opinion, the most honest, in my opinion, for coverage map would be Sprint. There's places where Sprint shows no coverage where I have coverage. There's places where it shows a complete whiteout of no service, and I've actually had LTE in those areas. So and then there's a few places where it shows service where I have no service. So You know, I know they can't get their maps 100% correct. But when you have T-Mobile showing service everywhere, and whenever your area is specifically blanketed in coverage and you have no coverage, it's like, okay, you need to get your maps right, or at least halfway right, before you sit there and say, oh yeah, you have satisfactory coverage in your area, and when you get service with them, you have nothing. Even if you go outside and put your hand up in the air and there's nothing, there's no coverage. But I have, noticed that that Boost and Sprint is a little bit more honest in their coverage, from what I've seen. But I would like to see an updated map of Sprint.
All right. So, all right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. Go ahead and hit a 1 in the chat so I can say hi to you before we go, or bye to you before we go. And yeah, watch this on the replay. Of course, leave CV Tech. It says CV Tech review on your thing, but you're CV Tech, so that's weird.
Yeah, it's just CV Tech.
So yeah, it's just CV Tech, but it says CV Tech review on his banner. So just notice that. But I like the CV Tech review because it's CV Tech would look kind of small, right?
Yeah, I might have to change it. I don't know.
Nah, it looks good. It looks good. I like it. It's nice and clean, easy. Oh, and I definitely like your new editing style, dude. Which you got the little things like just whatever them little spaceships or whatever type little noises. I like it.
Yeah, I got to now where I am using iMovie more because I'm doing more videos from my iPhone than I am Android. And once I started using iMovie, I got to where I started really liking it. So that's what I mainly use now for videos. So
look at you getting all professional.
Yeah, it's nice.
All right, Shay Kennedy is here, South Memphis, bro, 27. Hugh Pecan is here, Robert Hughes. So yeah, and everybody, I want to see you over there and subscribe on CV Tech. I want to see him at least get, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 subscribers off this video. But yeah, so let's stir some new drama. No, let's not stir some new drama. All right, guys, this is John from Magic Tech Review and CV Tech signing out. How do you end your videos, bud?
I just say y'all have a good one, and we'll see y'all in the next video.
Peace out, guys. Thanks for watching.